Hi there, and Happy New Year to you all from Wine Searcher. Today I thought I'd look at a celebratory wine, so we've got a little half bottle here of Billecart Salmon's Brut Rosé Champagne. Billecart Salmon, a family-owned house. They have been since 1818, when Nicolas Francois Billecart married Elizabeth Salmon. Today, 7 generations on, the house is still in the same family. Their headquarters is located in Mareuil-sur-Aille in the Marne Valley at the base of the Montagne de Reims. But the fruit they source comes from throughout the Champagne region, and this is a blend of different regions, so they're not just localized in one area. They're a relatively small house without being tiny, and I suppose they specialize in making high quality wines that are rightfully very popular. As a rosé, you can see a very pale color here. This is a wine that's been made just with the natural staining of the juice with the red from the red fruit skins. The wine's got incredible complexity, and the way that's achieved is the wine's fermented in stainless steel, so that keeps it very pure. But then it's a blend of 40% Chardonnay, giving freshness, and then 30% of Pinot Meunier and 30% of Pinot Noir. The wine ages for 36 months in bottle with the yeast lees, so gaining richness. Prior to being put in bottle, it's undergone malolactic conversion to soften and round it out. And of the blend, about 40% of the blend was reserve wine that had been kept in their cellars for a couple of years, which means it's gained more richness, more nuttiness, and gives complex blending options to the wine. So a wine that's had quite a lot of love put into it. As I say, 36 months has given it, for a start, have a look at that lovely bead of fine bubbles that's rising there. I hope that comes through there. And this has been open for a little while, and yet those bubbles continue to rise. Colour very, very pale. So as I say, this I think has been achieved by staining the juice, or allowing the juice to be stained, rather than adding a red wine into the assemblage, which would normally give a deeper colour and probably a richer flavour. Aromas, you don't really need to swirl it because they're being put out there. The aromas come forward very forcefully of yeastiness. Initially there's quite a lively yeast and lemon note, and then as you come back to it, there's more of a sort of a yeast extract sort of notes of, if you're familiar with Marmite or Vegemite, that sort of aroma there, giving lovely complexity. There isn't really a sort of a red fruit in the way that you'd have sort of strawberry or raspberry notes in there. It's much more a sort of a note of a red apple sort of side there, so a red skin sort of note, I suppose, coming in there. Tasting it, despite having undergone malolactic conversion, which would soften it, this has got a lovely sharpness to it. And I think there's a slight astringency, as if there's a tiny touch of tannin. It's not particularly so, but gives the wine a bit of a bite, and you can feel it down the sides of your tongue there. So that acidity is lovely and lively. The bubbles, as I say, just the texture is lovely and fine. Flavour-wise, you've got those yeasty notes, and those, as I say, red apple, maybe a slight touch of bruised apple there. And a lemoniness that carries the flavours are lasting beautifully. They're very delicate flavours, but they last really nicely to the end there. My mouth is fresh, and that is absolutely delicious. So wherever you are, I hope you're having a great time. Cheers, everybody.